always begins with the title. I think it's a bit funny because for most writers the title is the last thing they add. So usually they write first the text and then later the headline, but in my case it's always the other way around. And so I had the title and the image of, the ship and anchor, and so that was basically the story behind it. And then I had a pretty precise idea about the music, and this is something, I had the idea, but I'm not able to compose a song or to arrange it or you choose the instruments in it. So this is why I just had the idea, because basically I had the atmosphere. I wanted to create a certain atmosphere in the song, a certain drama, a certain energy. And so I was talking to Ralf about that, who is the composer of the song. And I talked in all details what I was thinking about the style of the song and also about the meaning of the lyrics. And I'm a woman, so when I talk a lot. And he was nice enough to listen carefully. And so I was talking about it, how I like it, how I feel it. And some days later, he told me, well, I think I found a melody. Would you like to listen? Yes, of course, I wanted to. And I was listening to the song and I really fell in love with the melody and the arrangement immediately. So now we had the title and the music, but not the lyrics yet. And as you know from last year's release, so I have one music and two different lyrics in both languages. I had the image of the ship and the anchor, something I wanted to tell. But then sitting down and really writing each line, I think it's simply work. You cannot, sit at the beach and hope that the words fly into your head. That will not happen, so you just have to sit down at your desk. I did that at home actually. I took one night and said, okay, now it's time to write, and I did. And another funny thing about it is that the night before I decided to write the lines finally, I received the book, a novel written by Ahmed Masood, who lives in London. And yes, I must confess that this book was a big inspiration for the lyrics. The book I really recommend to you. I don't get anything for that, it's just a personal recommendation. I'll link it below for you. The story is about an 8-year-old boy who grew up in the Gaza Strip during war, and how he sees the world, how he sees what's going on there in this terrifying place at the time. And it's also about friendship, about togetherness, also about all difficulties that you can imagine. I think it's a heavy content. It's a book you don't forget for a long time. It was an inspiration for the lyrics of the anchor as well, definitely. So thank you, Ahmed, for writing your story. And after finishing the lyrics, I was about to rehearse it for the first time. And I remember I tried it one afternoon and I was like, just starting to rehearse a new song. It's something I do every week, so it's not new to me. But with this song I recognized, it's really hard to sing. It's really, really difficult because the music is really difficult. But it's always, I think, the better a song is, or the greater the composition is, the more difficult it is to sing actually. So I told myself, okay, you have to go through this now, you have to practice, and I did. And then the day came when we recorded it in our studio, and we took only one afternoon and recorded both versions, so the English and the French. And we recorded it and did not care too much about the technique. Yes, of course I hit the notes, but not, I wanted to sing it with a full emotion. I know that people professional musicians will criticize me for that, because we did no editing afterwards. The only thing we added was a little bit of reverb, so that makes it sound nicer, but I prefer that way because now it's natural, it's full of emotion, and if you edit it or make it, you know, like a perfect radio edit, you make it in a glamour style, shapen and perfect in a way, then the emotion will be gone and the message of the song. And I hope you enjoy it, you like it. Please share this video or this post with your friends and family. I hope I could do a little contribute to this world with this song, and of course you can give me your feedback, subscribe to my YouTube channel or follow me on Facebook. That's it for today. I hope you have a great time. Bye!
Oublier que nous sommes, la paix a disparu.